Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you can hear me. Let me know if I'm coming through. Oh, mercy. Good. Sounds like I'm booming through. Booming through. Hopefully, I'm not blowing your ears out. If I am, let me know and I will turn it down. I don't want to do that. I'm just happy to be back in my lovely little basement hole, working away. It's good to be back and feeling good. All right. Let's see. Show off my coffee mug this morning. The day after my surgery, I had a care package show up in the mail from the lovely Mr. Lock Squash. Included that cup, had a Bigfoot pillow, a Bigfoot blanket, a stuffed Bigfoot, and a set of socks. What an awesome dude, man. I spent a bit of time chatting with him last night. Need to get him on the phone, spend a little time, just visit with him, check up on him. Good guy, man. Good guy. And then, of course, I have my Biscoff cookies to go with my coffee this morning. All right. What do we got going over here? I don't know who this is. Who is this? Huh. I get all kinds of bizarre friend requests on Discord, and most of them have nothing to do with Locksport. It's usually some goofball out there that, hey, I can help make your channel better. Well, it's awfully kind of you to assume that I want my channel better. Maybe I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily need to improve. It's not my goal. I'm not really after 10 trillion. Followers. I like you lovely followers that I have. Newhouse, how the heck are you? Hey, sorry I've been dragging my feet so damn bad. I finally got a package sent out to you yesterday, sir. Well, I got packaged up yesterday. It'll be going out Monday. It's been a zoo. I got my inventory back up and rolling. And I've been busy ever since. Morning, rock out with your lockout. How are you doing? Why is it still saying this? All right. What are we working on today? I had a package show up with a couple of challenge locks in it from Mr. Elroy's Toys, and he included a couple extra locks in there. Bless his heart, that nice dude. One of them is this small disc detainer lock that he said might be a good one for me to work on as a starting point. Here's the key for that. So we're going to see what we can do with that thing today. Chilling and making breakfast. All right. Yeah, I think tomorrow morning I'll be making my breakfast. I was running a little late this morning, so I don't usually eat a whole lot of breakfast, but I've got an omelet in mind that is just sounding yummy. So I'm gonna have to get me an omelet cooked up tomorrow. Let's just see. I still struggle with these darn things, man. I'm telling you. Da-da-da. See where I'm at. I am not touching. That first pin on this one is way back in there deep. Oh, go away. God dang. Chilling. Good day for chilling, man. I tell you what, speaking of chilling, we're only supposed to get to like 65 degrees here today, and it was 90 yesterday. Like 25-degree difference. How crazy is that? Fall is here. All right, so let's just see. Do you hit that? Yeah, you hit it there. Fall is here. I don't know if I'll ever fully understand these locks. You know, I just don't. Oh, see, then you got that crap. I don't have the patience for this. Yeah, he has been. Aaron's been a busy dude. You know, they were doing a bunch of military contracts. So I said, all right, fine. Since you're doing that, I'll forgive you. Yeah, you and me both rock out. My wife, not so much, but man, I like it. Man, I do not like these distant interlocks. I tell you what, I thought they'd be more fun than they are, but they're frustrating as all get out. We'll come back to him. I just need a break from that. I'm not interested. It's like these challenge locks. I have one challenge lock that I got from Elroy. I took that thing out of the package from him, had it open in less than a minute. Do you think I can repeat that and get it on camera? Heck no. Not at all. Then I have another one that I don't remember who sent me that one, but it's one of Nick Vitt's locks. And holy Toledo. I have been struggling so bad with that thing. Yeah, Marissa doing all right. Sounds like she took a bit of a tumble down some steps or something. Hope she's all right. Kind of starting to think you need to wrap her in one of those little bubble balls and roll her around the house. Poor gal. That might be going too deep too. There's that pin. I'm going in that far. I'm probably going in hitting the secondary pin. So I might be going in too far, and then with you, you're too deep. Or not deep enough. Right? Because I didn't get that. Oh, yeah, just barely. Just barely. So. Come on. Didn't that do that? I thought I did that. Oh, there it is. Wowzer, why am I such a dork? So we'll take you about, let's go. Oh my goodness. Let's try about there. Let's see. Oh, you're way too much. Well, maybe you're not if I put you on there. I need to 3D print one of those other ones that drops way down in. Matt's Lock Shop. Morning, sir. Didn't see you hop in there. Trying to keep up, but I was busy, dinking around with this stupid pain in my rear. Elroy's Toys sent me a disc detainer lock. That is, he says easier. Swamp Picker, good morning. Welcome on in. So what's everybody working on today? We got one that's working on breakfast, which sounds delicious. I need to work on breakfast. My breakfast this morning was a blueberry bagel with some butter on it. That was the extent of my breakfast today. I'm just happy to be back down here, working out at my main pewter, where I've got my better audio and better cameras, all that good garbage. Yeah. Trying to get good at 1100s. Well, let me know how that goes. I can pick 1100s, but I don't know if I'd say I'm good at 1100s. I've been doing 3D printing. Made these up for Mr. Stu. He was wanting some that would, with a sticker, some of the rattle-proof bodies. So I found this one out on, I think, Thingiverse. And then I tweaked it, put a recess in. I don't know if you can see it, that's recessed down in there. Shaped out to hold his sticker. And then the ones that I found out there, none of these bigger 4-screw ones were designed to be rattle-proof. So I modified it to make it rattle-proof. Printed this one out of this is the glow-in-the-dark blue filament, but, I'm an old-school infantryman guy, so I needed my blue ribbon. And then the other ones that he wanted are being done out of green. I'm actually watching my 3D printer right now print away. Hopefully it's not. I've been having a horrible time with that thing, and it's bed adhesion. Looks like so far it's doing all right. Had to give it a big old coffee and biscuits and gravy. Well, I got the coffee, and I had Biscoff with biscuits and gravy. I had some chorizo sausage I was thinking about using one day to make some biscuits and gravy. One of our local little grocery stores, they hand bake their own breakfast sausage in there. Oh my word, it is amazing for biscuits and gravy. I need to go get some more and make me some of that yummy stuff. Love me biscuits and gravy. Trying to rebuild muscle memory. Yeah, me too in that leg. I tell you, I don't know if some of you guys saw, I shared out some pictures of the lovely, I've got a scar now on my leg that's about a good 12 inches long over the top of the knee on down. Been hitting up the physical therapy, working the crap out of it, which is good, right? It's what you need. Keep tweaking away. Yeah, I love a good chorizo sausage. You just got to make sure you drain the grease out of it good. But 11 Bravo, yep, Fort Benning, Georgia, hellhole it is. When I was there, they still had the Harmony Church World War II barracks area open. That's where I got to sit. No had windows, no curtains, no air conditioning, no nothing. You had whatever the hell wanted to come flying in. You had to make sure to inspect your boots every morning because God knows what had crawled through. Yeah, that was a fun time, I tell you. For a guy who had never been south of Minnesota, Georgia was a trip. That's doing good, man. It's doing good. Well, it's been about 2.5 weeks out now since surgery. I'm already hitting 100. I hit 105 degrees on the flex yesterday, so no, I'm doing all right. It's doing good, man. I'm able to walk up and down the stairs. Don't need to use any walking devices anymore. Yeah, I was originally it was 11 bang bang, and then I went to 13 Bravo artillery. Did that for 4 years. I do have to say, 155 howitzer is awfully fun to touch off. It's an awfully good time. What years were you there, Matt? I went to basic in 86. Yeah, no, the knee's doing good, man. It's moving. Actually, I go back to work Monday, so I'll be working from home for a little bit though. Here's another one. So here's one. This is kind of an interesting thing here. Let me find. I have another one hanging around here with a key on it. Oh, where are you? Here you go. So I've seen these before. So this is a Master 6835 that Elroy's Toys sent me. This is a Pro Series 6835. See, and I have my 6835s. Mine do not say Pro Series on them. They just say Series 6835. So I'm guessing they must have changed something. Yes, we were there at the same time. 86, 87. I was there both summers. So you can see the difference in the body shape. But there's also, the lockpicking eating cat he's good. He's outside. As you can see, the Pro Series is 1 pin longer. So it's rather interesting, the difference in them. I don't know when they decided to change it and make it the Pro Series and go. All right. Well, good talking to you, Mr. Newhouse. Thank you for dropping by. Safe travels, and you have fun out there today. Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that the other day, Zoe, when he came up and attacked my picks again. It's like, you ain't picking. You put that stuff down. You're paying attention to me. That's how this works, buddy. Now look out for that squirrel. So yeah, this 6835, even though it's still a 6835, is considerably different than the ones I've got. So I don't know if that was a change up as they got newer. I am not really sure. Or it's just because this one's a Pro Series, if that's a difference. If both are still available, I have no idea. I've never opened one of these up, see what it's like on the inside, but I picked it open. I've only picked this thing open once since I got it. I've been spending a lot of my time focused on those damn challenge locks, and they're driving me insane. So I don't know what this 6835 would be comparable to, because it is a longer, it's got more pins in it than, say, an American 1100. One more pin anyway, because this is the exact same thing as the 1100. You know, folks, the link is pinned up there at the top if anybody else feels like hopping in and BSing with me this morning. Good morning, Mr. Orgus. How are you today? We were just discussing the differences in the locks. I have two Master 6835s that are Very, very different from one another. Not sure when Master decided to change them up, but considerably different. Hey, Nola, how are ya? Troll extraordinaire, Mr. Nola. And I'm not going to get this thing open today at all. I can already tell. It's one of those mornings already. Got the 3D printer up there just a turning and burning. Had to call the mate. He left the key inside and left. And picking the cord, spins, but nothing happened. So I try something and got the key inside to turn it till I got it to push a little, and then nice. You were out there playing locksmith, were you? So one nice thing with doing some of this is being able to help people out once in a while when they need it. Chano. Got the front cord again, and boom, open. Is that one of those double cord, what Euro cylinders they call them? It's got a core on each end. You can use either one to open it. Is that right? Is that how those work? I've never actually gotten to see one of those. Closest I have is I do have a core. I think it's upstairs. There's one with the knob on the inside end. But I'm thinking if I understand those other ones right, it's a core on each end, so you can use the key from inside or outside to open it. Not something we see around here very often. Oh God, I'm afraid to see this. Buddy just sent me something. And when he sends me, sent a photo. Oh, there you go. Well, maybe that isn't all bad. He found me a mouse pad. That Ridgeback. Yes, I love the Ridgeback. Found me a mouse pad with wrist support. That's funny. Yeah, I love the Ridgebacks. I really, really do. I'm going to try and print some of my own handles. I'm going to make some handles in different colors for some of the rakes. I might put this aside and go to a different pick. But I do love, man, the tension wrenches, especially out of that set. Very, very nice tension wrenches. Well, you'll have to see this chunky monkey I'm working with right now. That challenge lock, one challenge lock that I'm working from Nick. That thing, Nickbit, has just an enormous freaking keyway, and you got to counter rotate, and I could not tension that stupid thing. So I had these laying around. This is the old Southern Specialties, what do they call them? Heavy tension wrenches. I mean, look at how thick that pig is. I mean, it's just a monster. So I tapered the end down just a little bit to get it to fit that lock, so I can actually tension the darn thing. And it works. It's working. I'm making progress now. Finally, at least I can at least maneuver the lock a little bit. Labs, how are you, sir? Yes, the price on that Ridgeback set is phenomenal for what that kit is. Holy cow! And then I got a lovely big triple fold case for it, so I've got tons of room to add more things. But I'm gonna make some more of these handles for the rakes in a different color. Put some rake handles in and organize that up a little better. But yeah, that's incredible price for that thing. The case that came with it, the little single fold over, is actually the perfect size for the Moki minimalist set. So I put the minimalist set in that, and that's what I sent over to Broke. Yeah, I've been having real issues with my 3D prints on this thing. That's That's one of their kits as well, cases as well, available on their site. That I won all of this from Nick's Picks, and he had sent both cases. And yeah, I like this. This big triple case is really nice. It folds up really nice, and it holds a ton of gear. That's for dang sure. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, so this thing then it's got a flip over the top, so your picks don't fall out, and then it just folds up in a triple. It's a lot of Velcro. It's very noisy when you open it, but it's a nice case. It is a nice case. I've been having issues with that 3D printer with this one filament, that green that Stu wanted those blocks printed out in. Just does not like to stick to that bed. Every other one I've got, no problem at all. That stuff, one corner will warp up every freaking time. So I've been, about every third print, I've got to pull the pad off and go scrub it and wash it, get it all clean, and then I can put it back on, and then I can print maybe 4 again. So I told him I'd print out a batch and send him. He wanted the green. Oh, there we got it. There we got it. See, that's a interesting key. That's almost more along the lines of a pack lock length key, I think, isn't it? Slightly shorter than the 98 Pro key. So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pin key in that 6835 Pro series. So I guess I'll have to identify them differently, right? So you got the 6835, and then you have the 6835 Pro series. Keys are considerably different. One pin more in the Pro. Totally different keyway. The key doesn't even fit. So there's that as well. Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, there, Mr. Stu. There was just talking about your... There's the blue one that I did. I've got a few of the greens printed off now. Actually, I'm watching my printer upstairs buzz away. Printing more. Let's see, Octoprint. If you guys have never used Octoprint, it's pretty cool. So here it is. I can see what the stage is. I can go look at the G code and actually have it draw out. And it'll show me where it's at in the print. What it's doing. Layer by layer, which is pretty damn cool. I have a webcam hooked up. I need to get it mounted better so it's right over to it, but I can actually zoom in and see what the printer's doing. See what be going on. It's very cool. I actually have an app on my phone. I have a VPN set up on my network so I can hop in remotely and check on my prints and fire off a print or do whatever I need to do. It's pretty damn cool, dudes. Now, I will say this, though, Stu. This is the one that I've got that I already had tore apart, so I put it in this body. I do not know what the hell I'm doing. I cannot pick this stinking thing open again. I opened it like 3 times before I rattled it, and I've never opened it again. I don't know if I don't know what the heck I've done to it, but I can't get that lock open. So I have not been able to verify, other than with it apart and spinning things around, that it is rattle proof. But the pins can't fall out, so there is that. We'll call it a win. But they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. And by the way, good morning, Stu. Just saw you hop in. Saw you on last night. Watched you a little bit with Miss Lady Locks last night. That was very good, very cool. I watched her video. Was that this? Did she just release that this morning? Where she was talking about TikTok and the issues that they run into with TikTok and the kids' profiles on there. And that is pretty damn crazy. Downright frightening, honestly. You know, it's way too many people rely on things like that to be their babysitter for their kids. And you cannot trust the content that they're getting on some of that stuff. It's terrible. Yeah, I think it's turning out pretty cool. I think these turned out pretty damn nice. I could have downsized this a little bit more on the sticker, but there's just a little bit of a gap at the top. But that makes it a little easier to get the sticker in and get it lined up and lined out to fit it. And yeah. It's a little big because of it being the 4-screw, but I couldn't do it with the 2-screw and get it to fit the sticker, so I went with the 4-screw design to get the sticker to fit properly in there. But it works very nicely, actually. You know, if I could pick the lock, I would show you how nice it works. But, you know, it's amazing what YouTube does to you. I truly think a lot of it's on purpose. I think they really do screw with you and try and make things as difficult for people as they possibly can. I really do believe that. Completely and totally believe that. Yeah, like I said, I'm still knocking out a few more for whatever reason. I can't do more than like one at a time on that printer. If I try to, I end up with warped, goofy prints and just some weird stuff. That green filament is really kicking my butt. But I'll get 5 or 6 or so printed out and in the green and a couple for you in the blue, and I'll get them thrown in an envelope and send them your way. That should have you halfway covered up for a little bit anyway with some bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. I had to order in screws to fit it, to get the right size screws. So I had to wait for those to show up before I could put the first one together. Couldn't find anybody in town here that had that short of a little metric screw. See, that's, yeah, you poor lock. Let me see, does 1.2 fit you better? I don't think it does, though. No. Let's hop over here. Let's go to this lovely. I saw Mr. Runesmith was showing off a tension wrench similar to this that came out of a Chinese kit. This is Southern Specialties version. Originally, this came all the way out, flush with this. It was a square. And I just didn't like that because it gets in the way of my fingers because I like getting up close. So I gave it a 45-degree cutoff on each side. Still works fine, still has plenty of strength, but now when I put that in there, it's not sticking way out, so because I like to get my fingers right up into the lock. It was just annoying. So I had to tweak it a little bit. But you know, that's what you do, right? Alter things to fit what you're wanting. After I did that, it's actually a pretty good little tension wrench. Works in a very, very wide variety of locks. I need to get with you at some point, Mr. Stu. Get some ideas for you on these handcuffs I've got. Of course, I didn't bring them down upstairs. I've got those Peerless 300s. I can shim them just fine. That's easy peasy. I can't pick them to save my soul, mainly because the pawl in there, the spring is so freaking stiff, it destroys every pick I try and pick them with. It just bends a pickup and I can't open them. It's really bizarre. I don't know if you got any tips or tricks or ideas on how I can finagle my way around that. It's nice to have an actual set of Peerless, but holy cow, dude. But holy cow, dude, they're killing me. Oh, the other thing, let me just pull my IDs out of here real quick. I'll show off this little. I got one of the wallets from Southern Specialties. I've been using it for a little bit now, trying to see if I decided if I was going to like it or not, because it does end up being quite a bit thicker than what I've got currently. Let's see. So I've got a little cash. I've got that tool set in there. My jigglers, and then I've got a titanium set on that side. I need to try these out to see how they work. I have these. I've never opened a lock with those. Never messed with it. Wait. What is bendy? What is bendy? Wait, say that again, Greyhound. What is bending your picks up? I've got a set of Peerless 300 handcuffs. They're old ones. The pawl spring in there is so freaking stiff, I can't get any pick that I've got in there and actually turn it. Yeah, I do love this thing too. But here's the coolest one. Mr. Aaron sent me this over. A riveted together set with regular elephant trunk, medium elephant trunk, and all three of the dog leg profiles in that little pocket set. Look at that. How damn cool is that? And then a little tiny double-ended tension wrench. That was awfully damn cool of him to put that together. That's just neat. Yeah, if I had him down here, I'd show what I was talking about. Maybe I'll have to run upstairs and get him, Nola. But anyway, on this wallet, the only thing that I wasn't tickled with the wallet is I always run a RFID blocking wallet. That's just me. I'm a security guy. I don't like having one that's not. And of course, this just standard is not. So I was trying to think of how could I try and make it into one. Well, I had an old front pocket wallet that had carbon fiber plates on it. So they're super thin. I took those carbon fiber plates off of it and stuck it in the very outside of the pouches, one on each side. I have a little disc RFID token key that I can use on my front doorbell to arm and disarm my alarm system. I can put that in here now with those in here, and I cannot activate the alarm. So it seems to be working. I'll test it once I get back out at my actual office, because I do have my door key in here for our server rooms. And I'll see if I can not open the server room door with that in there. If that's the case, then I've been able to make this into an RFID blocking unit, which would be most excellent for me. But there's a thought for you if you ever want one of those and you want to make it RFID blocking on a leather wallet. Carbon fiber sheets will do the trick. Yeah, right. The 300s is, I had not really sure when they were discontinued, but I think that's like one of the first sets I had back in the late 80s. And they were older than dirt then. I tried looking it up and I really didn't find much about what the production years were on them. I mean, they're being sold out there now on Amazon or on eBay and things like that as vintage handcuffs. Oh, God, you feel old when that happens, right? Yeah, feel old when that happens. But I don't know what the years were that they were made. But yeah, they're old. Oh, well, let's see. Well, made their own cuffs. No. Peerless Model 300 versus 500. Good morning, Delbert Alexander. How are you? Let's see. Yeah, they actually have serial number on the handcuffs, but I'm not sure on the years of when they were made. So they're very nice, very very nice. But man, that paw inside of them is so freaking stiff. It's just crazy. Good morning, Mr. Mountain Mick. How the heck are you, sir? Yeah, yeah, right. Were you born in the 1900s? Yeah, the early 1900s. So no, I'm not that old. Good God. But yes, I was born in the 1900s. Oh, we're just cussing and discussing locks and differences and 3D printing. And man, we've been all over the board already this morning. Mick, you've been missing out. Although we have not been attempting to cut any pepperoni. Yeah, I watched you do that, dude, and I was like, man, put down the bong, dude. Put down the bong. Your day's gotten out of control. You know, I wouldn't trade growing up in the 80s for much of anything there, Wild Billiam. It was a wonderful, wonderful time to be alive. There was so much cool crap going on. Getting ready to go build a tortoise enclosure, huh? Nice. Tortoises are really cool. Oh, suckers can get big. My goodness, what an animal. And live forever. Better have a plan. Pepperoni cutting a no-go. Yeah, well, as it should be. I will, trust me, I'd kick down you live and I'm like, dude, he is toasted tonight. Woo! That was rather comical. You know, neither is jumping off a bridge. It doesn't mean you got to do it. But, you know, hey, I get it. It's fun. It's fun. You got to have fun, watch what's going on, do a little playtime, right? I get it. That stuff is just not for me. Never been a fan. So, the other thing, guys, I did have to make some changes on my picks. So I was doing them this way with the metric on one side, my logo on the other side, and the inch. I could keep doing that, but it'll increase the costs. So trying to keep the cost down. It now just has the logo on one side and just has the inch measurement. No longer have the metric and the dog on the other side. So it is what it is, but you know, just trying to keep the costs as affordable as I can for as many people as I can. So one of the things that I'm kind of happy with is where the price point is for them. That you know, get a 3-pack for $11 is pretty crazy. Of halfway decent picks, anyway. Yeah. No. I tried it a couple of times when I was a teenager. Never cared for it then. Then I went into law enforcement, went to DARE school, was a DARE instructor trying to teach kids, and then watching my wife's family be absolutely destroyed by drugs, and every single piece of it started with marijuana. So I've just never been a fan. There are those people that can smoke marijuana and use it for relaxation, whatever, and never do anything beyond that. But that is not the majority, unfortunately. And a lot of it is a matter of what you who you're hanging around with when you're doing it, right? Because it's always that other person that's, hey, you think that's good? You need to try this, and it just leads into other nasty shit. My wife's family is all just a train wreck, and it's all related to drugs. Yeah, more money or less dogs, hard choice, and I'm still probably going to have to increase a little bit because the way I ship them in the I don't have one here handy, but those plastic tubes that they get shipped in, costs on those have gone up a little bit, so I might have to. I'll make a slight bump in order to cover those, but I think that's important to have that in there shipping them. I don't want them showing up to anybody all bent up, and it's nice to have a decent shipping container for them. So still working that out, what that'll look like, but doing what I can do, doing what I can do. Yeah, it's really weird. Like talking about the 3D printing, I'll print 3, 4 lock bodies, and then all of a sudden they'll start warping up on the corners and pulling off the bed. They just don't stick anymore. Just with that one filament. My other filament, it just works. That one filament is just being a real stinker. The other issue that I've had with it is melting too far up in and getting up into the tube coming out of the extruder and actually sticking in there. And then I've got to tear the whole print head apart and get the filament out, clean it back up, and then I can go back to printing again. It's just annoying filament. Watching a Dalmatian for a friend. Yeah, Dalmatians are cool dogs. Yes and no, Mick. And the reason I'll say that is you're right. Anything can. It's all around, addictive behaviors and personalities, and absolutely. But take Colorado. I'm right on the border of Colorado. Colorado has legalized marijuana. You can go all over and you can buy it everywhere. But their illegal drug trade has gone through the roof since they legalized marijuana. And it's illegal marijuana as well, because it's so much cheaper to buy it on the street than it is in the dispensaries. I mean, that crap's expensive. So they're not doing it. Well, they are. It's still heavy that way, but the drug trade down there is absolutely out of control. Colorado has just turned into an absolute dumpster fire crap hole. I absolutely hate when I have to go down there because it is just disgusting anymore. It's terrible. These little Ace padlocks are a treat. This one's being particularly painful for me today. Might have to give up on him. I'll have to try him in hand instead of in a vise or something. It's like, yeah. It's, and where I'm at here, we have a lot of, it's oil field and things of that nature here. Gas, oil, coal. The coal industry is pretty stable, but the gas and oil, very, very transient workforce. People are coming through all the time. And to be honest with you, it doesn't exactly bring in the highest caliber, if you know what I mean. So it gets rather painful. It really does. I really want to try and get this baby open. I'll put you up here because I don't want to mess with that logo, the sticker. I don't know why I struggle so bad with these damn 410 lotto locks, but I absolutely despise these things. I can't open them to save my life. The other one that's a really fun dog I used to have at one point is German short-haired pointers. And you talk about a sweet, sweet animal. Link is in the doobly-doo if anybody feels like hopping in. Save me from myself. I gotta try and work on this disc detainer lock some more again too. But man, I'm telling you, those things are driving me bonkers too. Mr. Elroy's Toys sent me a different lock to play with. That might be easier than the other one that I have so far. That has been determined to be a lie. We have Alaskan Kleekais, which are basically miniature huskies. And you talk about a handful. Let's see. They are truly a something. Not exactly sure what they are, but they're a something. Yeah, I saw that Doc Hogmaster's lock. I saw that you got that thing open. I have two of them I'm still working on. One of them, I got it in the mail, pulled it out of the package. Less than a minute, I had the lock open. You think I can get it on camera open? Heck no, I can't budge that stupid thing. So I'm still fighting with it. And then the other one is one of Nick Vit's. And whoa, that lock is. I had to make a custom tension tool to tension it. So I didn't have anything that would fit it. Oh yeah, they act just like a real husky, like a full size husky, and they shed just like a full size husky, just in a smaller package. Yes, they're very talkative. They chew you out. You leave them for 5 minutes and you get chewed out for 20. The little one, Mila, she is about 8 pounds is all. And the other one is, he's about 25 pounds. He's a little bigger. But yes, they sound and act just like a full-size husky. They really do. They are pretty crazy little critters. They're a lot of fun, though. Sometimes you get really annoyed with them and just want to choke them because they just drive you crazy. But, that's part of the fun. I know, that's a very strange way of putting it, isn't it? I was trying to find, I've got a really neat picture. Well, I can just show it on my phone, I guess, because I can't get to it on here. I don't know where to put it. I've shown them on camera before, but they always land on a little bed. So there's what the two little farts look like. Mila and Cody. And they are talkative, yacky little farts. Yeah, huskies are an amazing breed that way. Incredibly smart animal. Very, very high energy, so they're a lot of work. But I don't think I'm ever going to get that. Hey, my magnet works. Oh, what lock did you come out of? Where did you come from? Where did you come from? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Heck, I don't know what you're from. Oh, you're from this. God dang. I am the biggest dork. Yeah, they are. We had another one here a while back. She passed away on us, but she had one blue eye, one brown eye. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Got to put that lock back together. All right. Well, thank you for dropping by there, good sir. You better get that thing back together before you forget how it came out. That's never any fun, right? I think I saw, who was it? Somebody reached out to me the other day that I have a second challenge lock out there in the wild floating around. And I've been, heck, I don't even know where it is. And Mantra, or Jackrabbit, he got his hands on it and got it picked open. And man, I mean, that's one of them that I haven't heard. I haven't heard anything about that lock in 8 months. So nice to be showed up somewhere, I guess. See, I just cannot pick these stupid. I feel absolutely nothing on these pins and these 410s. Nothing. I don't get it. I hate them so bad. I know so many people absolutely love these 410s. Man, not this dude. And I mean, I'm almost no tension. But it's just, I feel nothing in these things. Nothing. And that's why I can't keep a tension wrench in there. So it just doesn't budge. Om. Mr. Stu and his beautiful tension wrench set. Are you selling those yet, Stu? You still out there? You got a storefront set up with those in there yet? I can't pick them in a vise. I can't pick them in a hand. I can't pick them in anything, Mick. Anything. The only reason I was trying it there is with this 3D printed body. That's a pretty good sized beastie. I mean, it's a big chunk. But I picked it open just enough times to rattle the dang thing, and I've never opened it since. Oh man, I would take an 1100 over a freaking 410 any day of the week. Then I see people, they sit down, oh, they're great, and they just pop one after the other. How? Hell, I'll take pack locks over this. Pack lock 98 Pro over a 410. I really wanted to get it picked so I could try and spin the core around and just verify that nothing will fall out. But I'm feeling pretty confident that it won't. Green eggs and ham. Yeah, no doubt. Do a remake of that for the 410s. I simply do not like 410s. Sam, I am. Just throw you in a dump heap. We'll cheat. I don't know if I got the right tools here. Let's see what I got. Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to open it up and I'm just going to spin the core around because I want to make sure. But that's easier said than done because you got to get the key out, right? And then I made sure to size the screws in such a way that they're short so they're not going to fall out the back. But I built up the walls back here on the back side on both ends of it to catch those so they can't fall out. So in theory, it should be good. But see, I have no way of. I put you back in here. There. See, there it is. And No pins will fall out of it. So it should do the trick. It should do the trick. There's you. There's you. There we go. It's not the pick's fault. No, it's the picker's fault. I don't know what it is about these locks, but they are just the bane of my existence. They really are. And then, I've got the nuts are recessed way down in there, so you don't have any screws sticking out. One of the other ones that I did, you got, well, the screws that it recommended using are almost too long. They stick out of it, so. Well, I have that's a master. Where is it hiding? There we go. I have a couple other lotto locks. Here's an Avis. What, a 7440? Can't open that freaking thing either. And then I have a Brady 7140. Can't open that one either. It's just these stupid lotto locks. Of course, these are interesting keyway. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on those yet, but one of these days I need to. One of these days. Oh, the other thing I tried out making, I 3D printed my own version of a shackle tag. Greyhound picking on there. 3D printed shackle tags. Yep. I fashioned up the 3D body and made an opening for it to hold the mitten made stickers. And I'm printing out some in blue and some in green of those. And it's just got a 410 core in it. We haven't tried to pick this behemoth in a while. This is another one. Fun lock. Really like it. I really struggle picking this one in hand. Don't know why, but I do. I've been wanting to get some of their little brass locks at Harbor Freight. They're inexpensive. I want to get a batch of those to try and do the Berserker Challenge. My local shop has not had them in stock. Just keeps saying, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. It's been 2 months, so I guess I'll have to give up on that. Because I don't have enough other locks that I can open the time frame that they want to try and do the challenge. So it's kind of a bummer. Oh, that's right. I got to remember on this thing. The core spring is so, or whatever you call that spring in there, is so stiff on this lock. It takes a lot more tension than a standard 1100. Really, really does. Oh, I didn't bring those down either. See, I forgot everything upstairs today. So sorry, guys. It's just how it goes. I got the sticker. I made stickers and magnets. I need to send some over to Mr. Runesmith for the Hellhounds picks to go with it, as we put together a logo for that. So if I do get an open on this thing, man, you got a great shackle pop out of this lock. The lock itself is really is actually a very nice lock. The core is just crap. So replace the core, and you got a nice solid lock. Oh, I was going to bring that down too. I should go grab it. Damn it. I'm going to have to go grab that book, guys. Yes, I have a recommendation on a lock book. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So here's the book. Tactical Lockpicking Volume 1, Foundations by Pat Watson. This is from Southern Specialties. It's actually a hardcover book, but the descriptions and the illustrations in this book, crazy good book, dude. The description, there's bump hammering. I mean, but what's nice is the level of detail in here and description is outstanding. Raking technique training. What tactical lockpicking is and isn't. Excellent book, guys. Yeah, it is outstanding. It is very well done. Very well diagrammed out. The pictures are outstanding. It just does a great job of explaining what you're doing, what you're not doing. Like you're picking a lock mounted to an obstacle is an entirely different game from practicing on unmounted locks. That's absolutely true. Build yourself something like that to mount locks to for picking them. Great job. Yeah. Deviant's book is actually excellent as well. I have heard a lot of good things. I have not actually seen that book. Bogotas, hair clips. Decoders, talks about how to decode combination locks. There's even got they even have pictures of Peterson picks in here. So yeah, excellent book, guys. Excellent book. Gets very in depth. This isn't actually mine. One of the guys in my local preparedness group had me order it in for him. He let me borrow it so I could read through it a little bit. He's like, he's been working through it. But he goes, man, I got so far in that book, and then it just went over his head, so he had to take a break. But great book. Their little book and their starter set too, same thing. Just very, very well done. I want to see it. I want to talk to them and see if I can get some of those to put with like my starter kit. Offer the book with it. But the only way you can get it from them is buying their full starter kit pack, which that might be all right. But I want to ask them and see if there's any way to do it. Yeah, it is. It is outstanding. And then the fact that it's a hardcover book. How often do you see those anymore? So very, very durable, solid book. Yeah, it's great. And then they have, that's the volume 1. I think they have more beyond that. Let's go look. Looktools.com. Training aids. The beginner pick set, that comes with the Lockpicking Simplified book, which is a very good book. They have their Surreptitious Entry and Restraint Defeat Manual, Bogota book. They have the Volume 2 Tactical book. The one I have is Volume 1, so there's a Volume 1 and a Volume 2 books. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to move on and play with my dimple locks a little bit again. I'd like to get, I need one more open for my purple, but that's going to be a while, I have a feeling. And I'm not in any huge, massive hurry either, so it is what it is. Yeah, the fact that, and we didn't realize that they were hardcovers until it came in, and I was like, oh man, that is actually a really, really nicely done book. They're not exactly the cheapest books on the planet, but they're a quality book, that's for dang sure. Those guys do have some nice content. Really do. I like their stuff a lot. They do outstanding work and have never let me down on a doggone thing I've needed or wanted either. So, Gen 3 Smart Key. Let me know how that goes, Nola. Let me know how it goes. I was actually thinking the one challenge lock that I've got is actually a Schlag SC1, I believe, keyway in it. So I've been thinking about taking my leashy tool to it, see if I can open the challenge lock with a leashy tool. Might be kind of fun to try. I just won my Gen 2 to Lady Locks. I have a Gen 3 too, but haven't messed with it much. I have never messed with one. I've never even seen one other than a couple of videos. I guess I've seen them on there, but I have never laid hands on a smart key. Looks like it takes somebody a bit smarter than me to pick a smart key. I think I will pass on that one. I don't think I'm going to get this lock open this morning. Still waiting for somebody to hop in here. If push comes to shove, you can get one from Home Depot for like 13 to 18 bucks for a smart key. Really? Huh. I thought that would have been a bit more than that. Or are you talking just the key for it? Yeah. Oh, I was going to show that too. Here are the magnets that I had made up for the Hellhound giveaway with Runesmith. He designed a lot of this, and then I added in, that's the runes down here that says Hellhound. I think they look pretty damn sick. So when we do our giveaway, whoever gets that will get a magnet and a sticker to go along with it. Yeah, I would have expected a lock like that to be a lot better. Yeah, I think the sticker turned out really good. The logo looks really good. Get the locks or the picks done up and draw away. I think that'll be pretty slick, pretty sweet. With his beautiful flare on it. Ooh. What I've seen of it so far, it sure does look good. Might be you, Mick. You just never know. We got to come up with a hell of a challenge for that giveaway. Hell of a challenge. What should we make you do? They were talking about weekly, how over on Broke University, they put out a weekly challenge pick. I think right now it's to pick wearing gloves or something on your hands, heavy gloves. They were asking about other ideas, and I said, how about like that? You have to turn the lock away from you, so you have to come backwards into the lock to pick it. It's an option for torturing somebody else. I didn't say I wanted to do it, but hey, might be fun to try. But it's one of those picking in a different position than you're used to picking, just to see how it goes. Yeah, he just makes beautiful stuff. I don't use them as much as I should, but they're part of my collector picks, so I don't want to risk ruining everything. You already picked your profiles out of what you wanted there, Mr. Mick? Yeah, yes, he does. He does incredibly beautiful picks. You're into sharing. Yeah. Things get settled back down again, I might have to try and get my hands on another Moki set. I gave mine away. But damn, they were nice picks. But these are just, man, they're just like butter. Just like butter going through there. What do we got going over here? Quickset 660 polished single cylinder deadbolt. Well, that's a smart key, huh? $16.97. Does that have a sidebar or something in there, Nola? Is that what they do with those? Is that what I think I saw you say? Not sharing my Mookies. Yeah, I sent them over to Mr. Broke so he could use them for one of their review videos. And man, I could tell he was absolutely in love. And I love my brother Broke, so yeah, they are truly, truly amazing picks. And I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how to contact them to find out. I've got a package that I sent over to Germany, and it's been sitting with German customs since the 16th of September. No updates, no news, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, that was a set that I had, were that minimalist set, and oh God, just amazing. Gen 2 can be just picked normally. Gen 3 needs a shimmed attention to the reverse sidebar. So that sounds like even more complex than the, is it multi-lock? I've been fighting one of those things too. I don't know where he's at right now. Yeah, it might be upstairs. I've been fighting with one of those too. Kicking my rear. I get the occasional. I think I've got 5 pins in it right now. 4 pins. I could pick it pretty consistent. Went to 5 pins. And yeah, it gave me the big old bird. Yeah. To me, this that minimalist set was just about perfect. It was the right number of what. So I was extremely, extremely happy with that pick set. That sounds like something that's over my pay grade. Yep, coffee. The mug that I got from, see if I can tip that enough so you can see it. Mr. Lock Squash sent me that along with a bunch of other goodies. Showed up the day after my surgery. Wonderful dude. Can't thank you enough for that. Yeah, what is that one I'm working on? What's that stupid thing called? I can't remember what the name of that lock is. But it is really something. It's one of them where you got to turn the pins the right position before you can set them. And then get the sidebar as well. With 4 pins in the lock, I could open it pretty consistent. As soon as I stuck the 5th pin in there, that lock said, "Bite me, doughboy." Yeah, right. It's a cute mug. I like it. And then he sent me a great big get well card too, and it said something about hope you get better soon. Something about, I don't know, that you're not that you're sick. It's just I think you can do better. Guy cracks me up, man. Yeah, Medico biaxial. That thing's a booger of a lock, dude. I get so far, and then it just says, "Better luck next time, man. You ain't getting there. You shall not pass." That's what it says to me. Oh, geez, that lock weighs a honking ton, man. I mean, just a monster. U.S. General. Let's see, what else can we grab for a lock? I was looking at locks the other day in a couple of shops, see if I could find anything that looked fun. I didn't come across anything that jumped out at me and said, yes, you shall pick me. You know, this thing right here, this is a Master 532. You talk about just a buttery smooth action lock. That thing is incredible. I mean, I know it's just a little cheapy. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5-pin. But man, that is probably the smoothest lock I own as far as its mechanism. It's just incredible. You want the canard, you pin up to brown, huh? Yeah, I'm a long ways away from thinking about a brown belt lock. I still want to work on a lot more blues and green belt even. There's a lot of locks there that I've never messed with, right? And it's one of those, that's one of the problems that I kind of have with the LPU system is you can pick the locks that you need in order to get that belt and then move on to the next belt. But does that mean you're proficient, that you really, really are a blue belt picker? No. You know, I've gone through it. I've got the blue belt and I did what was needed to get there. Does that mean I think I'm a qualified blue belt picker? No. Not at all. I have an awful lot to work on, an awful lot to learn. So I'm in no hurry. I'll keep playing with other locks and different styles and get a little bit better at where I'm at. Different techniques before I ever consider moving on. I'm still into my blue and purple. Yeah, I've got my blue. I am working. I've done one purple. I have that on video. And I'm working on either that Medico or this Agent Dimple. I don't know enough of what I'm doing with dimple locks. I need to find a good entry-level dimple lock to play with to help learn. I ordered one thinking, yeah, I'm getting one. It'll be a little bit better. And then I ended up with this little thing, this little Avis 7530. Cool little lock. It's a dimple lock. It's too small, none of my dimple picks will fit it, but it's dimple. Cute little lock, though. So, yeah. I mean, heck, I even have I even have some orange belt locks that are quite challenging to open. Hey, there we go. Open. See? I want to print out a batch of those, I think. Little shackle tags. I want to play with dual color, though, so I want to print it up to the layer of the lettering and then do the lettering in a different color on them. Right, that's like I said, I'm not in any big hurry to try and jump up and say that, oh yeah, man, I'm so good, I'm now a purple belt picker. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just here. I'm just here having fun, playing with locks, yakking with people, doing my thing. Let's go see the print. Yeah, my print still looks like it's doing good. Shuita Bainis. Right, I agree with you. Green is a good place to stop and stay for all. Same with blue. There's an awful lot of very difficult locks in the blue belt family. I've got a couple challenge locks. I need to find somebody else to send them along to. One of them is this one called Gravity. And I very well might send that other one I've got along because it is just beyond my reach. Beyond my reach, guys. I am not going to lie. All right, you're a master. Where'd you come out of? I don't think you came from this, did you? You just come from that? Yeah, you did. I keep track of my keys. They're a good goal system, but I see so many people that they just charge through trying to get there. You know, it's like Broke has brought up. There's an awful lot of guys out there that might have brown or even a black belt rating that really aren't a very good picker. They could pick what was needed to get there, and that's it. And I don't want to be one of those kind of guys, right? I just don't. So yeah, there's my one I did for my blue belt, my Pack Lock Pro. The only issue I've ever run into with these is the keyway down here at the bottom, where you're doing, or top, I guess, if you're doing top of keyway tensioning in them. It is such soft material that, and initially when I first started picking it, I had somebody tell me, "Oh yeah, you got to really tension those things hard, and you got to be really careful because you'll destroy it in a heartbeat. You really will." And they don't take tension. They don't take hard tension at all. Super light tension is actually what I've come to learn in this lock. I don't know if I can open it. I haven't picked this thing in who knows how long. It's been a long time. And it's super, super, super. I can't tension it with something like this anymore. It just won't. It just won't grip. It'll just spin right out of the lock. I don't think you'll work in there either. Yeah, see, it just spins out. This one I can get, but even this one, I mean, look at how far down I'm going, all the way down to there before I get any tension on it. I'm having fun with some of the challenge locks. They really are. You would almost think that would be true, Mick. I don't know. Any lock can be a challenge. I mean, seriously, it's, I some days I feel like I'm halfway competent as a picker, and then other days I'll get confused by a paperclip, right? But I've picked up some yellow, orange belt light locks that are downright challenging and can be a lot of work to get picked. And I think that can stump anybody at some point. But, again, that's where I like to say, too, hop yourself down in. Don't get hung up that, hey, I'm working on green belt locks and that's all I'm doing. Go back and grab your old locks and go back through and pick them again, because there are things that you learned from those locks that are helping you with the other locks. And if you don't do that, you can actually forget what you were doing. So don't forget those locks and say, oh yeah, those are easy. I'm not going to mess with those anymore. Grab them. Grab your little Brinks lock and play with them a little bit. Try them with different tools, different tension wrenches, different picks, different profiles, because you'll help pick things up that'll help you with those other ones. Yeah, absolutely. I don't actually have very many white belt locks, one or two, but these little Brinks, I mess with those things quite a bit. Single pin picking, different styles of raking, zipping, whatever, because they're easy. My 6835s, which I think those are green belts, but like that master that I just set up here, this orange, this 532. This one is actually an unrated, so I guess they would call it a white belt lock, but this is a beautiful lock to pick. That's a Master 530. Wonderful, wonderful lock to play with. The feedback in that thing is just crazy nice. Another one I really like to hit regular is this Master 570. It's a dead shackle, like a lotto lock, but aluminum, different body. Great one to play with. Go back and forth. Play with some of those that you don't normally do, or you haven't done in forever, because it might bring back and remind you of something that you forgot about as you've gone into harder locks. Like, oh yeah, that's right. That is how that works. So I think it's a good thing to do. Don't forget your roots, dudes. Don't forget your roots. I'm probably going to regret picking this lock up. And again, same thing, right? Yeah, the 530 is a fun lock. Um, the feedback in that thing, to me, the pins are great in that 530. Much better than you would expect. I think that's probably the nicest picking master lock that I have as far as its feedback and response. It's just great. Yale 5 and 6 pin. You know, I don't have a single Yale lock of any sort. I'm trying so bad. It's driving me nuts, dudes. See if I can find this. I need to see if she still has them. I'd like to try and talk the wife into going for a drive this weekend, but I don't think I'm gonna. She's so anti-lock, it isn't even funny. Let's see. Buses. I hate these stupid CAPTCHA things. They're just stupid. But there's a gal not far away from me here that has a bunch of locks for sale. Come on. Oh, good God. Go through all of that and then say, oh, you got to go to another device and validate that it's really you. Come on. Yes, it is me. Oh, damn you. Allow. Right? I need some friends. I need some friends. Yes, save it. Let me in. Yeah, fine. I don't care. Yes, trust this device. All right, let's see if I can find where I was messaging this gal. Oh. I want to see if some of you guys recognize some of these locks, can tell me anything about them. Do, 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 do. See if I can get the picture up here of them. There we go. Let me share my screen over. Do, do, do. Marketplace. Go away. God, why? Why do you have to have all of this crap in here? But here's the locks. A bunch of these are just cheap junk. They really are. But there's a few in here that I might be interested in trying to get my hands on. I can't read what they all are, but that one looks like something a little different. This one right here, a rustler. That looks like it's a, I don't know what kind you call that lock again. There's kind of an odd, interesting one up here. There's just some really neat looking locks in that package. And she only wants $15 for them. So they're cheap. Oh, did it not share? There we go. I wish I could figure out how to get this picture better. Oh, let's just do this. Save image as. That way I can bring it over into something else and blow it up. Let's change my share now. That way we can actually see what we're looking at. See what we're looking at. See what you guys can tell me. Oh. All right. So what do we got here? We got a rustless S lock. That's an old U-Haul lock there. That might be a master style here. That's not really sure what brand that is. Some cheaper True Value. So that's an Ace True Value lock. That might be another Ace lock there. A no-namer. That one's kind of an interesting looking lock. Right? That one's a neat looking lock. So, there's kind of got some neat ones in there. Some of them are just junky things, but yeah, she wants $15 for them. And every one of them have keys. So I kind of thought they'd be kind of cool to get my hands on. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what that thing is. I have no idea. That might be an old master. I don't know. I can't quite read the name on that key because that looks to be about the same as that one. Similar anyway. So there's an old U-Haul lock. Rustless, I've never heard of them before. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I'd like to get my hands on those. I just haven't convinced the wife to let me road trip over to get them. But I go out and I hit up the local Facebook marketplace once in a while and just see who has what for locks around. And you come up with some interesting things on occasion. You do. God, this poor lock. I about need to get a new core again for this thing. I think I've recored it once before. Yeah, 15's pretty cheap, you know. For that many locks, what is there? 1, 4, 12 locks. And some of them might be just complete and total dog crap. A couple of them look kind of neat. Yeah, one of them looks pretty rusted up. Absolutely. It's not the one called the Rustless, though. See, the Rustless one looks clean. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on those just to check them out. Like I said, there might be some true trash in there. I think I've seen there's been a couple other pretty good ones showed up locally on the marketplace. Search marketplace. I don't know if any of them are still out there or not. There's a proven lock for $25 local. That's not terrible. That's right here in town. Not that I have any desire or need for a proven lock, but hey, antique padlock collection. Yeah, half these guys that say they have antique locks, it's some cheap remanufactured crap that's made to look antique that they're trying to sell. You know what I mean? They're just junk. Yeah, I have never heard of a Rustless either, but that's what one of them says on it. That's about all for padlocks local. Let's do another search. There's another one. It's a trailer swing latch, and it comes with a Abloy Enforcer lock. He wants $50 for it. That's maybe not terrible. I don't know. Don't know enough about that one to know if that's decent or not decent. U.S. mail locking mailbox for $15. Yeah, exactly. It's the only one without any rust, so Rustless must be a good name. Yeah, I don't know anything about that lock. It might be an interesting one to check out. Yeah, that's about all there is. There's not much in the line of locks local anymore. There were quite a few, but there's just not at the moment. All right, let's get back to this. Let's see if I can get this thing open. We're down to about the last 20 minutes. If anybody wants to hop in, chime in, give their 2 cents worth to the crew. Yeah, I might have to try and look that one up. I don't know. I've never heard of a Rustless before. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to get this open today, though. It's just too hard to tension anymore. It's too wore out. I should try to learn how to bottom of keyway tension and single pin pick. Maybe that would work better for this poor lock, but it's just in rough shape. In rough shape. I have one of my 6835 engraved locks left. And then I have one that's not engraved. But this one, I don't know how it happened. I picked it, and when I closed the shackle, look where the key went to. It spun past just a little bit. Can't get in there to pick it. Can't turn it. It won't budge. It won't move. it snapped into some really weird position. So I'm gonna drill the plug so I can try and pull the core out, see what's going on, put it back into the right place. But that's another one that I've got hanging around. Strange name for a brand, right? I know. Never heard of it before. I don't know. What's out there? Anything about that? Maybe some older. No, I don't see anything there either. Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it before. Deluxe brand rustless padlock. Oh yeah, here's one that's called a deluxe. That actually it says rustless on it, but I mean it's not the same lock. It's different. But Slaymaker made one called a rustless, or labeled as a rustless. Looks different. I don't know. Don't know. Maybe it is that Slaymaker style. Couldn't tell you, dudes. I could not tell you. Let's see. Strange name for a brand. Yes, it is. There's that little dinky Avis. You found it? What'd you find? Where'd you locate? That was kind of the thing for me with that set. It's just had some kind of odd looking locks, some different ones that I wasn't familiar with. So I thought, yeah, might be a cool one to add in. Oh Lord, we're in trouble now. We're in trouble
What's
now.
up, Greyhound?
How the heck are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm just getting into the coffee here. I'm going to use it as a phone prop for a moment.
The heck, man? Cold weather down there or what, Elmer Fudd?
It is starting to get chilly out. Yeah, we're in the 60s. We're in the 60s here, and I'm used to Florida weather, so
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's see where we're at now. I think we're only supposed to get to 65 for a high today. Yeah,
That
54 right now outside.
that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's time for me to get the hoses put up.
I'm a fan of the chill weather, just not the super cold. Once it gets down into the 30s and 40s, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice for about a week, and then I'm totally good on it.
Oh. Yeah, I found the Slaymaker Orgus, but not one like that one that just said rustless on it because I didn't see any other brand listed on there.
That's actually why I popped in here. I've got a Slaymaker to show. Let me grab this thing. It was actually sent to me by Labs recently, and I haven't had time to mess around with it. It's it's one of those warded locks, like I guess Slaymakers usually are. I'm not sure.
And that's what I think this one probably is too.
Here we go. I found it. Let me get back into the light, and I'll show you guys this Slaymaker that Labs sent me.
This one that this gal has for sale doesn't say Slaymaker on it like the other ones that I've seen, but it does have a big S. So it might be a different variety of Slaymaker. It's got a big S on it, and then underneath that it says rustless.
That's probably the back. That's what this one says.
Yes, that's it right there. Yep.
The other side says Slaymaker US.
Okay. Yep. They're only showing the back
have it flipped over.
so that's what it has on it. Yeah.
Yep. Let me show the keyway for everybody out there in internet land. This is the.
That's what it looks like. Most of the locks in that collection are warded locks.
And this one was sent to me by Labs very recently as a gift. Yeah, so when I get some warded stuff, I'll play around with it. Here's the key. Let me grab a little something so you guys can see.
I grew up in northern Minnesota, so cold weather is just kind of comes with the territory. Worst I've ever been in without taking care of cattle, and we had 65 degrees below zero.
Oh, I have not dealt with that. I worked in a garage in Carolina, right up the road from here, for about 4 years. And one winter, it was about 15 to 20 degrees for a couple weeks straight. And I got pretty tired of working in cold garages, Greyhound. I'm not going to lie
Well,
to you.
I was doing construction work with my brothers, building an addition onto a house, and we went for 2 weeks straight where the high temp was 20 below.
Yeah, that is ungodly cold, sir.
That is that is tough pounded nails. I'll tell you that much.
That's the kind where you sneeze and ice cubes hit the ground.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. So that's why I moved to Wyoming. I moved south for the winters.
I would love to try Wyoming. I've seen some pictures from Mace Dog over on the dog pack from out there, and you guys have some beautiful country. I already knew you did, but those pictures
Yeah,
really sold
he's
me on it.
he's about 100 miles away from me. I'll need to make a road trip over there and meet him someday.
Yeah, he popped in the chat one day and said Wyoming and asked if anybody else was Wyoming, and I was like, guess what? I know one person.
Yeah,
I like to network and introduce people to who their neighbors are, so I try
yeah.
to keep track of where everybody's at.
And he is the only other picker that I have encountered from Wyoming so far.
I've only known the two of you so far, and my reach goes far and wide international, as we all know.
Well, yeah, same here. So, and I've tried reaching out and looking for other people around the state, seeing about lining up a get together or something. I just have not had any luck finding anybody.
It still blows my mind that we got our friend from Norway over there, and you already knew him.
Yep. Yeah.
That was the first thing he told me was, "Oh, I know
Hey,
Greyhound. I've bought his
X,
pick."
welcome in, sir.
Welcome, welcome. I just wanted to show one more thing while I'm here, Greyhound.
That little Berg Washer sea
Oh,
lion.
that is a brass man candidate there. That's a beautiful brass lock.
It is beautiful. I do not have a key for that lock.
If you don't mind putting a picture of that bad boy on the dog pack lock porn for me, Greyhound, I would love to have that
It
in our
is a
Brassman collection. That's a
it is a
beautiful lock.
very pretty one, and there's
It
the
is.
keyway in that little
My
thing.
goodness.
It's a fun little pick actually.
That's a sexy little lock there, sir. You're a lucky man.
Yeah, that is a pretty one. The other little brass one that I have that's quite pretty is actually this little ace.
Oh, the aces I love. I've got a 38 that I just lust after over here
Yep,
somewhere.
that's a nice little lock as well.
They make a big
Little
that was
brass
that the
ones.
38?
I have no idea.
I think
All
it's
it says
bigger. That
the
looks
ace.
bigger than the 38.
Well, it's the same size as this one. Really, it's about the same size as that Berg.
It might be. It looks a little fatter. It might be like a
It
50,
might be a
53
40.
or
It's
something.
not a
Or a
50.
40.
It might be a 40.
Might be a 40. I
No,
don't know. The
you want
38 so close. It probably is. They
a
just look.
big
They
pretty
always,
brass one.
they
There you
always
go.
look so big on screen to me, and then I hold my actual one in my big bear claw, and I'm like, this is not the same lock they're showing, and it is. It's just the camera.
That's an Abus 83 there. Really like that lock.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one too. I like
Yep.
that green key you've got on it too. I'm a sucker for the lime green colors.
Well, that came out of the Sparrow's reload kit.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. I'm a big fan of that kit. They make a lot of things that are iffy, but that's not one of them.
No, that's
Uh,
not
the,
one of them. That's
the
right.
reload kit is
Other,
one of the best for your money things you can buy as a picker.
other
Period.
brass. I've got quite a few brass locks actually. I like the brass locks. I like them better than the laminated locks.
You're a brass man too, big dog. There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
like it. Oh, hey, you want pretty? There you go, right there.
Oh yeah, I love the Mindy. The Mindy is a beautiful lock.
Yeah, this is the flat key model.
Now, is that
So
Italian? I've heard both Chinese and Italian. Do they make them in both, or are they all just
I
Italian?
I don't know. This one's made in China, I do believe.
Okay, I thought so. Everybody told me
But
that those were Chinese, but I saw a recent one and it
I
said made in Italy on it, and it wasn't
I
one of those.
I think they're an Italian design, but some of them are made there. This is actually a
Ah,
purple belt lock. because of it having the flat key.
Yeah, the flat and the round, I've seen both of. They're sweet locks.
Yeah.
That's a disc lock, right?
It's not really well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's their pagoda style they call it. So it's the
Yeah, I know it's
different
not a
depth
technical
discs.
DD, but I've heard that there are little discs in there that can get all
There are.
jammed up.
Oh, you got
Cool.
to be careful. Yes, you have to be careful with that lock. I actually built my own tool for picking that because I actually bricked the first one of them that I bought. Because
Yeah,
if you're
somebody
on
told me
one
they had
side of the
one.
pin too far, it'll just throw it. And then spring loaded,
Somebody
it'll launch the key.
somebody on Reddit told me they had one for 5 minutes, and the next thing they knew, they had discs and springs coming out the keyway. So I don't know what they did, but
Well, I did too. Well, it's when you're picking it, you're pushing down on one side of the disc, then you go to the other, and you slowly work it down until it sets. Well, if you
okay.
accidentally push one side down too far, it'll rotate the disc.
Uh,
Sometimes when that
yeah,
happens, you can recover it. Other times you'll do that, and all of a sudden you got springs sticking out, and it just blows up.
yeah,
So I
that's what happened.
made this spring loaded double sider so I can come in this way, and I can
Oh,
press both
nice.
sides of them at the same time.
Very nice.
And that's how I finally was able to pick that lock.
Yeah,
But
innovation's a big part of this game. Sometimes you have to invent the tool.
yep, that's just a pretty lock. I really like that lock a lot.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, but this little Berg is a nice little lock, and man,
I don't have any Berg
yeah,
Walker yet. I need to grab one of those sometime soon.
yeah, yep, you're exactly right. And I think the pagoda is actually like a nickname for it. They don't actually call them a pagoda, but
Oh,
where
okay.
that name comes from is from the shape of this is
Yeah, I've heard
similar to
everybody
the
call it
design of the
that.
pagoda buildings.
Ah, yes, it does look like a pagoda for sure. I was
So
wondering about that. So
that's why they
thanks
call
for
them a
showing.
pagoda.
I was wondering about that, so I appreciate you showing. I have heard it called that many
But it,
times, but I was not sure
yeah,
why.
yeah, very fun lock to pick. Really enjoyed doing that one. But this Berg, that technical key on that thing, that's a fun lock. I've had a
That
good.
thing's beautiful.
That's a nice one. Yeah,
I just
yeah. I
wanted
saw
to
on the
show.
back it says C40, so I'm sure that's a 40 millimeter lock there.
Yeah, definitely. The numbers usually do align, and I'm gonna agree that the other one probably was just a 38. They just look bigger to me on camera for some reason. I don't know why it
I think
is.
I think they're both 40s.
It might be a 40. I think Ace makes both. The 38 looks like a smaller body than that, is why I'm thinking it's not one. Let me
Yeah,
see if mine.
that's
I've got mine somewhere around close by. Let me grab my
that's
few little brasses for you guys.
here's an Abus, but I don't know what size that is either. But that one's about the same size as well. That's another brass, but it's got the red body on it with the brass shackle. It's another nice little lock.
Alrighty. Sorry, I had to run and grab my brass locks.
Well,
This
see,
is
there's
my.
there's another brass with the brass shackle. That's an Abus.
Oh, I've got one of those.
And that's
Mine's the safety first. Is that what yours says on it?
yeah, safety first. Yep, it's a D58292 wetter on the bottom. Yeah, and that's the same size as this Berg.
Okay, well, I've got the Ace beside my. This is
Yep,
the Ace and the little red lock from Abus. So maybe it is the 38 that we're looking at.
yeah, looks like about the same size. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Because that's the same one I have.
yeah. That little Abus, that's a nice little lock actually.
Oh, I love this lock. I like to do a hybrid pick on it. It's a little 84 MB40.
D4MD40.
Let's see, I've got a couple more brass ones in here somewhere, but I don't pick them as often.
Yeah, yeah. And then I've got a little Master V line. That is a 40 millimeter right there. That's a 141.
Yeah, I don't have any of the master ones in brass. I really need to grab a few of those. All the ones that I have are just standard laminated.
That's a nice little lock.
I'm a much bigger fan of the brass locks.
I do too. I like them. I like the look of them. They're
They're
just a pretty
beautiful.
lock. Yeah.
I just wanted to show one thing while I'm here, really quick. I'm gonna be out of here in just a
Camera
second.
adds pounds. Yeah, you're exactly right, Nick. Everything looks bigger on the camera.
It
Well, not
really does.
everything. Not everything looks bigger on the camera. Just saying.
Well, all the locks, yeah, all the locks do. I don't know what it does for everything else, but
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
definitely the right angle and the right zoom could add an inch or two. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a little Brinks Master, local locksmith, gave me that one. He'd cut the shackle on it, but little Brinks
Yeah, I've got a
body
few.
jobber.
I got a few cut shackle donations myself. I've got an Avis that's got
Yeah,
a cut shackle.
yeah.
I just wanted
I think
I just
that's
wanted to show this guy really quick and tell everybody what happened to me last night. I picked this thing and didn't realize I picked it. And the reason why is because the little tail piece, as you can see, sticks out just a little. It got jammed on my vise, and I thought I was hung up on some deep
yep.
fault set. So I had to check, and Scooby was there and saved my butt. He said, "Check to make sure the tailpiece isn't hung up on the vise," and damn sure that's what it was. So always check. That's all I wanted to say.
Yep. Always check. You're exactly right, sir.
Your tailpiece.
I have I have had that bite me before too, where it's hitting the vise and I'm like, what the heck?
Man, I almost reset it, Greyhound. I was this close to winding it back.
Yep. Yep. Isn't that annoying?
Yep, it happens.
I've got this
I
whole
guess,
batch of keys.
I
I
guess
don't
if
know.
I had a Panavice 350, I might not run into that as often, but I don't know. I'm out here in Harbor Freight land, so
Yep.
I surely
Good
had
old
it
Harbor
clamped
Freight
down.
line. I've been wanting to get a batch of their little brass ones like this so I could do the Berserker challenge. And almost every Harbor Freight around me has them in stock except ours. The one local here hasn't had them in over 2 months. Just like,
Oh,
yeah, they're
wow.
coming next week.
I'd have to see, but I'd have to see what count they are. But I know the Brinks brass ones. I've got Walmart and Ace Hardware is full of them over here.
Well, yeah, they're just the Brinks ones are considerably more expensive, and I'm trying to be a cheap ass.
Are they more expensive?
Oh
I
God,
guess you're
yes.
right, because I paid about.
Because a 4-pack of these are $5 at Harbor Freight
Oh yeah, that'll
for a
do it.
4-pack.
That will do it. I bought a 5-pack of the 3-pack of Harbor Freights for $5. The Bunker Hills, but they
Right,
aren't brass.
that's these
Yeah,
laminates like this.
those
These are
right there.
actually a nice little lock to pick. Surprisingly nice feedback.
They're a lot harder to pick than a regular Master 3. I'll tell you that. They give
I
me,
like I said, I've been enjoying them because I really like the feedback I get out of them. They
they
really
they
nice click.
definitely more clicks than
They
the
talk to you.
Master.
Yep, yep.
I
Been a
think
fan.
uh I think I still like the Ace best for American low level stuff. I think I like Ace and then Brinks and Master are at the bottom,
These
and Packlock
these
is the best for sure.
these ace locks are no joke, man. They're actually a challenging little lock to pick.
For a $12 lock, that's what I paid for mine. For a
Yeah.
$12 lock, you can't beat that for a good pick.
No. No, that's actually a lock that I would be willing to use locking something up because you're not going to just
Agreed.
pop.
I completely agree.
Very, very nice locks.
And also because it was an Ace Hardware, I was able to stop on the way home one day, like a mile from my house. I didn't have to get it eBayed or Amazoned, so that was nice.
And then I've
You
got
know,
this U-Haul brass body.
I want to get me one of those. I've heard people
No,
say
you don't.
U-Haul.
No, you don't. They're
No,
trash.
is it that bad?
Well, can you listen to this thing? See if you can hear it.
Ooh, that
That's
doesn't
after
sound good.
that's after picking it open once.
Oh wow, that sounds like a
It,
bombed out safe dial.
yep, it is an absolute steaming pile of dog doo doo.
My goodness, that thing sounded horrible. I don't think you should do that again if you want it to ever work.
I have a knee that sounds a lot like that.
Ooh, yeah, me too.
Not, not the one that's been replaced. That
I
one
was
sounds.
about to say, hopefully not the one they just worked on for you.
No, not that one. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that lock is horrible.
I'm gonna jump off your stream and let you do your show here, sir. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Got a couple other laminates. There's one that. This is one that came with a firearm. It's a Ruger ballistic lock. I
Nice.
have no idea who makes it. I have not yet been able to pick this lock.
I've seen and heard those Rugers are good ones. The only one I have that's a firearm lock technically is that little Marlin that people see me pick. It come from a Marlin rifle apparently. GK Man was the one who pointed that out to me.
I think what stumps me on this one is it has this rotating shield over the keyway, and it
Ah,
makes
yeah.
it absolutely horrible to try and tension and be
I
able
was
to get
gonna
in there to pick
say that
because
looks
this
like a
turns
nightmare.
just enough to get in the way of your pick getting in there.
This is the one I was talking about. This is a little Marlin lock that goes on an old rifle.
Yep. Other than that, it's a nice feeling lock. It's nice and smooth. Opens really nice, but haven't been able to pick the stupid thing.
Yeah, I'd like to try one of those. I love a good Ruger anyway. I
So should
told you
I.
before, I really want to get me a GP 100 one of these days. That's the
Yeah.
nicest gun I think exists,
There's
pistol
another
wise.
very nice brass looking lock anyway. That's one of the US engraved USDG.
Oh, I've seen a master. I think it was a number two master that's a brass similar like laminate look like that.
This is a dead shackle, dead core
Dead
laminated.
inside.
Yeah, that's a pretty lock.
I like that. I like that chain attachment there with the key on it too. Those are always pretty.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna hop back in the chat, Mr. Hound. Thank you as always. Have a great show and a great weekend, sir.
Well, I'm about to the point of calling her quits for the day anyway. I got other shit I got to get done too. So
Right on, right
it's just
on.
nice to be back in my regular lab and have the regular camera and setup is always fun. So
Well, we're happy to have you back.
glad to be back in yakking, and hopefully I'll have a challenge lock or two to get opened up and on camera. If I can ever figure the damn things out.
I'll have to see what I've got coming in and getting ready to go out. I've got 3 that are ready to go out, but I may already have some people. We'll have to see. And if
Yeah, I
not,
need
then
to
I'll
check
put you on the next
two.
one.
I've got I've got this one I need to send out, see who wants it next. And then I'm probably going to rekey that one back all the way up and let somebody else have at it because
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
getting nowhere with it. I don't want to fight with it forever.
I'm working on a trade for a Dremel right now. So once I touch down in Florida and have the Dremel in hand, I'll be making some Mountain Mick locks soon too. I'll be sure to send
Yeah,
you one.
that's I need to find stock. I want to modify some pins in one of these masters, but I don't have any brass. I can't find brass small enough to make pins.
Um, for the Master and Abus American style, I have some stock for Master American Abus that Troy just sent me. I'll have to double check what
What
size that
diameter?
is.
Yeah, because the stuff that I've found is well, I have.
Let
I
me
think the
see.
smallest I can buy here is like a 1/8 inch,
Let me
and man,
see.
I'd have to really grind it down to make it size to fit
Here
in
we
that.
go. It's a .093 Hound. I've got some here. Maybe I'll have to send you one of these rods.
Where did you find it at?
It was sent to me by Troy from California, so that's
That's
I can
I think
ask
that's
him
about
for you.
what I need to find is I need to find where I can get some that small.
I can ask him for you, but yeah, it's a .093 for American or
Yeah,
Abus style
yep,
pins.
yep.
And if you
That's
can't find them, I'll send you some of this because
yeah,
he sent me about 4 or 5 rods, so I'll be happy to
sure I'll
send you
find
some
it.
over.
That's where I thought I had that one engraved lock left, so I thought about engraving it up and dead inside like my first wife. That's awesome, Nick. Thought about modifying some pins in that one before I send that one out.
For sure. Well, let me know if you have trouble finding it. Like I said, I can always drop a rod or two in an envelope and send it your
Yeah.
way.
I bet I can find it on Amazon or something. It's just I've been trying to look local at any of my shops, and the smallest I can find is that 1/8.
Yeah. I didn't even know what size it was until I got those in, to be honest with you. I knew that they were different from the standard quick set Schlage
Yep,
sizes and whatnot.
yep.
Well, I'm going to hit the red button, Greyhound. Thank you for having me,
Yep,
sir.
I am as well. Thank you, everybody. Right, Mister Nick's picks like my first, like my second. I'm on number 3. I figure third time's a charm or 3 strikes, and I am out of the game. Be time to retire from that role. There we are. I'm going to take that upstairs because I'm going to play with that stupid disc lock. See if I can't figure that thing out because it is driving me bonkers, dude. It's driving me bonkers. All right, guys. I am probably going to let everybody go because I am going to go check on my 3D printing and get some other things are running and rolling. But yeah, that's what I got for you today. Hopefully, yeah, my 6835. Hopefully, I'll have some content coming out here. We will see how it goes. If I can get some locks opened up, that is. Whew, that's a lot of locks piled in a bag. I'm dying for levers. You know, Mr. Nick's Picks, I need to get with you one of these days. You sent me that lever lock, and you sent me some tools, and I did do an open on it, but I'm sure I'm not using things correctly. I'd like to have you get on with me at some point and show me how the heck to use those tools to open that lock. I would love it if I could get you on for a little bit to show me that at some point. So let me know if you would be available to help the poor soul out figuring out what in the wide world of sports is going on here with this pile of goodness that you sent me that I'm just dropping everywhere. You sent me that lock. There's the keys. And then this pile of tools. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I finagled it out. But then I go look at, because you mentioned on here vid number 9, and I go look at vid number 9, and vid number 9, you're not using these tools. You're using something else. So I don't know what I'm doing, good sir. I don't know. So at some point, come on with me and educate me, because I wouldn't mind learning a little bit more on these lever locks. Doing a little more playing with some of those. I'd like to get some different tools for some other lever locks. And, like I have this, which I know is just a lovely deep fake lock, but I don't care. It was given to me. I think it's cool. That's crap. It does work very nicely, very smoothly. So I would love to figure out some tools and being able to get in there and pick that thing. There you go. All right, guys. Well, that's what I've got for you today. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for showing up. Do me a favor. On that lock, use the pick with the 90-degree bend. Well, that's what I did. Well, there's two. Well, hell, all of them have 90-degree bends. I don't know. I figured it out and I was able to pick it. But then somebody said, well, that was an interesting way to use them. So apparently I'm not doing it right. So that's why I thought it'd be fun to have somebody show me how exactly to use it and do it right. So, yeah. One of these days, somebody who knows what they're doing. Help a poor brother out. All right, perfect, Mr. Nick's Picks. That would be wonderful. Okay, well, I got to run, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you guys have a marvelous rest of your day. Smack that like button on the way out for me, and we will catch you all on the next one. Bye, buddies.